subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss another video of Bhakti Charu Swami.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. So tomorrow is Gaur Purnima festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. Therefore, we selected a special verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Narad Muni's teachings to Vasudeva. Text 32. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanang Namaskritya Naranchaiva Naruttamam Deving Sarasating Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirai Nashta Praishu Abhadreshu Nittang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 5, text 32. Krishna Varnang Tisva Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti Hi Sumedhasaha. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yaggai Sankirtana Prayai Jajantihi Sumedhasaha. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayai Mataji's. Krishna Varnam, repeating the syllables Krishna. Tvisha, with luster. Or Akshara, Akrishnam, not black, golden. Sa Anga, along with associates. Upa Anga, servitors. Astra, weapons. Parshadam, confidential companions. Yaggai, by sacrifice. Sankirtana Prayai, consisting chiefly of congregational chanting. Jajanti, they worship. He, certainly, Sumedhasaha, intelligent persons. Translation: in the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Please repeat after me. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Purport: this same verse is quoted by Krishnadas Kaviraj in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 3, verse 52. His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has given the following commentary of this verse. Quote, Srila Prabhupada's quote. Purport. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained this verse in his commentary on the Bhagavatam known as Krama Sandharva, where he says that Lord Krishna also appears with a golden complexion. That golden Lord Krishna is Lord Chaitanya, who is worshipped by intelligent men in this age. That is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam by Garga Muni, who said that although the child Krishna was blackish, he also appears in 3 other colors, red, white, and yellow. He exhibited his white and red complexions in the Satyuga and Treta Yuga respectively. He did not exhibit the remaining color, yellow gold, until he appeared as Lord Chaitanya, who is known as Gaura Hari. Srila Jiva Goswami explains that Krishna Varnam means Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Varnam and Krishna Chaitanya are equivalent. The name Krishna appears in both Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Krishna. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he always engages in describing Krishna and thus enjoying transcendental bliss by chanting and remembering his name and form. Lord Krishna himself appears as Lord Chaitanya to preach the highest gospel. Varnayati means utters or describes. Lord Chaitanya always chants the holy name of Krishna and describes it also. And because he is Krishna himself, whoever meets him will automatically chant the holy name of Krishna and later describe it to others. He injects one with transcendental Krishna consciousness, which merges in chanter in transcendental bliss. In all respects, therefore, he appears before everyone as Krishna, either by personality or by sound. Simply by seeing Lord Chaitanya, one at once remembers Lord Krishna. One may therefore accept him as Vishnu Tattva. In other words, Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself. Sangha Pangastra Parshadam further indicates that Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna. His body is always decorated with ornaments and of sandalwood and the ornaments of sandalwood and with sandalwood paste. By his super excellent beauty, he subdues all the people of the age. In other descents, the Lord sometimes used weapons to defeat the demoniac, but in this age the Lord subdues them with his all-attractive figure as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Jiva Goswami explains that his beauty is his astra or weapon to subdue the demons. Because he is all attractive, it is to be understood that all the demigods lived with him as his companions. His acts were uncommon and his associates wonderful. When he propagated the Sankirtan movement, he attracted many great scholars and acharyas, especially in Bengal and Orissa. Lord Chaitanya is always accompanied by his best associates like Lord Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar and Shivash. Srila Jiva Goswami cites a verse from the Vedic literature that says that there is no necessity of performing sacrificial demonstrations or ceremonial functions. He comments that instead of engaging in such external pompous exhibitions, all people, regardless of caste, color, or creed, can assemble together and chant Hare Krishna to worship Lord Chaitanya. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam indicates that prominence should be given to the name Krishna. Lord Chaitanya taught Krishna consciousness and chanted the name of Krishna. Therefore, to worship Lord Chaitanya, everyone should together chant Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To propagate worship in churches, temples or mosques is not possible because people have lost interest in that. But anywhere and everywhere people can chant Hare Krishna, thus worshipping Lord Chaitanya. They can perform the highest activity and fulfill the highest religious purpose of satisfying the Supreme Lord. Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, a famous disciple of Lord Chaitanya, said, "The principle of transcendental devotional service having been lost, Sri Krishna Chaitanya has appeared to deliver again the process of devotion. He is so kind that he is distributing love of Krishna. Everyone should be attracted more and more to his lotus feet, as humming bees are attracted to a lotus flower." The incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also described in Sri Vishnu Sahasranam, which appears in chapter 189 of the Dana Dharma Parva of Mahabharata. Srila Jiva Goswami has quoted this reference as follows. Shuvarna Varna Hemanga Varangas Chandanangadi. In his early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful and his body, smeared with the pulp of sandalwood, seems like molten gold. He has also quoted Sannasa Krichamo Shanta Nishtha Shanti Parayanaha. In his later pastimes, he accepts the sannyas order and he is equipoised and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist non-devotees. So, Narad Muni is instructing Vasudev, Krishna's father. Actually, speaking about different incarnations in different ages. So actually Narad Muni is quoting Navajogendra, Karabhajan. It's a discussion between King Nimi and the Navajogendras. So King Nimi asked, in what colors and forms does the Supreme Personality of Godhead appear in each of the different ages? And with what names and by what type of regulative principles is the Lord worshipped in human society? So then one of the Navajogendras, Karabhajan Muni, there were 9 sons of King Rishabdev. Rishabdev's first son, eldest son, was Maharaj Bharat. Before he retired from his family life, King Rishabdev handed over the kingdom to Bharat. So after Bharat, the name Bharatvarsha has come. He had 100 sons, and 9 of them became Yogendras, great sages. And so these Navajogendras are Kavi, Habi, Karabhajan. Anyway, I'm forgetting the other names. Let me see, Kavi, Havi, Antariksha, Karabhajan. Anyway, so one after another they had been actually describing. Anyway, since I came in, let me see. Chamasa is one. Anyway, so Karabhajan is describing in Satyajuga, Kritang Treta Daparang cha Kaliri Tuche Utteshu Keshava Kaliritteshu Keshava Nana Varna Bhidhikaro Nanaiva Vidhinnejyate. So, he is describing that in each of the 4 yugas or ages, Krita Yuga means Satya Yuga, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. The Keshava appears in various complexions, names and forms and is thus worshipped by various processes. So he is talking about the Yugavatars. These Yugavatars establish the Yuga Dharma. And he's saying in Satya Yuga the Lord is white and 4-armed, has matted locks and wears a garment of tree bark. He carries a black deer skin, a sacred thread, prayer beads and rod and water pot of a brahmachari. So, and so in the Satyuga, the Lord is glorified by the name of Hamsa, Suparna, Vaikuntha, Dharma, Yogeshwar, Amala, Ishvara, Purusha, Abhyakta and Paramatma. So these are the names of the incarnation in Satyuga. Primarily Hamsa avatar, Hamsa. In Treta Yuga, the Lord appears in a red complexion. He has 4 arms. He also has 4 arms, golden hair, and wears a triple belt representing initiation into each of the 3 Vedas. Embodying the knowledge of worship by sacrificial performances, which is contained in the Rig, Sam, Jaju and Jajurveda. His symbols are the ladle, spoon and other implements of sacrifice. Satyuga, what is the process? Dhyan, meditation. In Treta Yuga, sacrifice. So in Treta Yuga, those members of human society who are fixed in religiosity and are sincerely interested in achieving the absolute truth worship Lord Hari, who contains with himself all the demigods. The Lord is worshipped by the rituals of sacrifice taught in the 3 Vedas. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Prahlad Nrsingadev ki Jai. In Treta Yuga, the Lord is glorified by the names Vishnu, Yagya, Prishnigarbha, Sarvadeva, Urukrama, Vrishakapi, Jayanta and Urugaya. In Dwapar Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears with a dark blue complexion, wearing yellow garments. The Lord's transcendental body is marked in this incarnation with Srivatsa and other distinctive ornaments, and he manifests his personal weapons. My dear King, in Dwapar Yuga, men who desire to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Supreme Enjoyer, worship him in the mood of honoring a great king, following the prescriptions of both the Vedas and Tantras. So here is the and then O King, in this way the people of Dwapar Yuga glorified the Lord of the universe. In Kali Yuga also people worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by following various regulations of the revealed scriptures. Now kindly hear of this from me. So then it comes to this verse. How many of you memorize this verse? It's a very important verse. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangha Pangastra Parshadam Jaggai Sankirtana Prayai Jajanti Sumenhar. And so the point here is, how do we know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Because in ISKCON we worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore we say he is God? No. We accept him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead because it has been presented in the scriptures. Is that clear? Is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Is Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Is there a Supreme Personality of Godhead? We can go back and we can see what's the state of affairs. Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. Many people nowadays, most of the people, don't believe in God. They all became atheists. Some say God is dead. Okay, God was there, He created, but then He is dead. So, this is the unfortunate state of affairs. People nowadays, most of people don't believe in God. Okay, those who say that they believe in God, most of them don't believe in His form. Like they say, it is His light, or He is this, He is some energy, and so forth. That is also like not accepting Him. If you say, how will you feel if somebody says, yes, you had a grandfather, but he didn't have any form? Or how will you feel if you say, yes, you had a grandfather or great-grandfather who didn't have legs, he didn't have eyes, he didn't have hands? How will you feel if somebody comes and tells that your grandfather was a gunga? He was a lame. He didn't have hands, he didn't have... how will you feel? The thing is that how can you have form and your grandfather didn't have form? Isn't it common sense? So those who say that God doesn't have any form, they do not know, they do not accept God. They are a different kind of atheists. They are not direct but indirect atheists. If you say that you have form, he doesn't have form, that means you have something that he doesn't have. So does he? If you have something that other person doesn't have, who is in a superior position? Say, if you have money, the other person doesn't have money. Who is in a superior position? If you have a form, if you have a body, the other person doesn't have a body. Who is in a superior position? Therefore, it is very important that we recognize who God is. When we say that I believe in Him, we have to recognize Him, and then only we have to accept Him. And what is the way of accepting Him? Srimad Bhagavatam, the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita. And let us see what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept, those who accept that I am unmanifest, I do not have any form, they are simply inviting suffering for themselves. Abbhaktahi gatir dukkham. Abbhakta means no form, unmanifest, no form. Those who say God doesn't have any form, first of all, those who try to approach the spiritual process without accepting His form, they're inviting a very, very arduous journey. And they simply invite suffering. Abbhaktahi gatir dukkham. Those who say that they're worshippers of Abbhakta, unmanifest, or impersonalists, they're simply inviting suffering for themselves. So, first of all, do you want to fall in the stupid category or intelligent category? Those who are intelligent, they will accept the Lord with a form. Now, when we look at the India's spiritual scenario, then we see most of the people are impersonalists. I'm sorry to say that, like in a place like Ujjain, which is a place of religion, how many personalists are there? Most of them are impersonalists. And the result is, what is the thing? What is the reason? They don't read the scriptures. Or even if they read the scriptures, they don't have a proper teacher to teach them. Can you study a subject without a teacher? Just buying some book, and if the subject is very complex, some book, something we can learn, like nowadays in Google you get all informations. Some subjects we can learn, like you can find out how to make pizza. You go to Google, punch how to make pizza, you'll get so many informations. And you can learn how to make pizza. That's okay, that's understandable, because that's a knowledge that is easily perceivable. You can make it, you can bake it, and you can eat it. And you say, yes, this tastes like pizza. But when it comes to some topic that is very complex, like for example, can somebody become a doctor just reading the information in Google? Will anybody accept him as a doctor? No, because it's a very complex subject. Similarly, engineering. Can somebody just get some information in Google and become an engineer? No. So you need to go to a school, you need to go to a proper institution to study the subject under the guidance of a qualified teacher. Now, what to speak of the most complex subject, which is not of this world? This knowledge, spiritual knowledge, is not of this world. It's a knowledge about the other world. So how can you possibly master the subject without having qualified teachers? So that is the first consideration actually. Therefore, the spiritual journey begins with Ado Gurvashraya. First consideration, take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. And who is a bona fide spiritual master? There's a consideration of qualification also. If I want to study engineering, then I don't go to the primary school. Right? If I want to study engineering, then while I am qualified after completing my studies, we also have to go to a school where the teachers are qualified. I go to become an engineer, I go to an engineering college. To become a doctor, I go to a medical college. So this is how, like there is a consideration of teacher's qualification also, not only the student's qualification, teacher's qualification. The teacher has to be qualified, the students has to be qualified. And then finally there is a test, examination. So what is the qualification of a spiritual teacher? A spiritual teacher must be spiritually conversant. Jai Krishna Tattvavedta Shai Guru Hai. One who knows Krishna can become a guru. That is the qualification of a spiritual master, spiritual teacher. And does the spiritual teacher say something from his mental concoction? No. He presents the books, whatever he is saying, see, this is here in the books. We are not saying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God from our just mental concoction. Here's the proof. And not only this proof is about Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this proof is who came in Dwapar, who came in Satya Yuga, who came in Dwapar Yuga, who came in Treta Yuga. And this is the one who will be And mind you, this was written much before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came about 500 years ago, and Srimad Bhagavatam was given by Vasudev 5,000 years ago. So prediction is there. And the more and more informations are available. He came as a devotee. Other ages he comes as God himself. That's why it's very difficult to understand. Very difficult to recognize. That he is not presenting himself as God. He is presenting himself as a devotee. And we can see the need also. Why he came as a devotee. Because in this age there are so many so-called gods. Bhagavan this, Bhagavan that, Bhagavan Gunga, Bhagavan Langra, Bhagavan Dadiwala, Bhagavan Bhagavan Mata, Bhagavan Pita. All kinds of Bhagavans are coming up like mushrooms in this age. So in this crowd of so many Bhagavans, real Bhagavan would have been difficult to recognize. Therefore in this age he doesn't come as Bhagavan, he came as a devotee. And what is he doing? He is saying Krishna is Bhagavan. For our benefit. And those who are intelligent, they will jajanti hi sumedhasaha. Those who are intelligent, they will worship him through the process of congregational chanting. There you can see like everything is so reasonable and so perfect, so wonderfully analyzed. We can see in Satyuga people are very qualified. Qualified means spiritually they are very, very advanced. Therefore they could meditate. Spiritually advanced means not materially attached. In order to meditate, you have to be free from material attachments. So, people those age were already very, very advanced. They were materially not attached. Therefore, they could meditate. But in Treta Yuga, they lost that qualification. They became, in simple words we can say, they became more materially attached. Therefore, the process had become simplified. Yajna, sacrifice. But sacrifice needs elaborate arrangement. Sacrifice needs qualified brahmanas. Sacrifice needs tons of pure ghee. And then finally the person who is performing the sacrifice, the kings used to perform the sacrifice, inviting the brahmanas, they used to make the arrangements. And at the end of the sacrifice, what the king would do, or the performer of the sacrifice, who is very wealthy, he would start giving in charity. Come. What do you want? Come. First the brahmanas and Vaishnavas. What do you want? I want 1,000 cows. Granted. What do you want? I want so much land. Granted. What do you want? I want beautiful girls. Granted. So this is how he would just keep on giving. That is a part of the sacrifice. Sacrifice means sacrifice. Give out, give up. And they would do that. They would just, whatever one would come, and he would offer. Like you know how Bamandev, when he came to Bali Maharaj, Bali Maharaj was performing a sacrifice. At the end of the sacrifice, Bali Maharaj was giving out in charity. Bamandev came. So, Honorable Brahmana, what do you want? I just want 3 steps of land. What? You have come to Bali and you're asking just 3 steps of land. Yeah, that's sufficient. No, ask for something else. You see, material desires are unsatiable. More you want, more you will want. More you get, more you will want. So better to reduce our desires. And 3 steps of land is good enough to lie down. So when you lie down, 3 steps of land is good enough. So Sukracharya, Bali Maharaja's guru, he realized something is wrong. Something is wrong. This doesn't look like an ordinary Brahmana. Brahmanas are by nature greedy. when he is coming and offering everything to him, he is reluctant to take anything. So he whispered, "Be careful. I suspect this is Vishnu." Bali Maharaja's reaction was, "Oh, Vishnu! If Vishnu came to me asking for something, I am prepared to give him everything." So this is how sacrifices were performed. A king used to give up everything. In the recent past, we hear about one such king who was prepared to give everything. I don't know whether you read him in history, King Harshavardhan. He gave up everything. Last thing that he had, his own dress. And that also he gave away. He just gave away his dress. He gave all ornaments, he gave everything, he gave land, he gave everything. When the last thing he had is his dress, and he was just wearing his kopin. Gave away his dress. So this is how generous those kings used to be. But in Dwapar Yuga, people lost that ability also. Therefore, worshipping in the temple. You see how gradually the process is becoming simplified? And then in Kali Yuga, people won't be even qualified to worship. What to speak of qualified to be worshipped? They won't even go to the temple in the age of Kali. Okay, fine. Krishna is making things simple, simplify. Okay, just chant. You don't have to go to a temple. Just chant the holy name. And you can do that anywhere, anytime. Khaite, shuite, jatha tatha nam loy. While you are eating, you can chant. While you are lying down, you can chant. When you are walking, you can chant. So, chant the holy name. So simple. But the benefit is inconceivable of chanting. So in order to create that good fortune, Krishna came as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna came as a devotee. So it's very nice that all of you have accepted Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Or did I conclude on my own that you all have accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Let's see. How many of you have accepted Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Oh, every hand went up. That's very nice. Thank you. But then again, don't just accept it just like that. Don't accept it. Don't raise your hand because I am asking you. Don't accept it just to save your face. Recognize why He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are so many such wonderful descriptions. One is, as I just read this one. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapangastavar. Doesn't it describe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Also, Mahabharata is also saying, Subarna Varna Himanga Varangash Chandanangadi. The Supreme Personality of Godhead's description. Suvarna Varna. What will be his complexion? Suvarna means Hemanga. Hema also means golden. His bodily complexion will be golden. Barangas Chandanangadi. His beautiful body, his beautiful form will be smeared with sand, decorated with sandalwood pulp. And Prabhupada is pointing out that that aspect of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was in household life. But then he will take sannyasa krit. Sannyasa krit chamoshanta, nishtha shanti parayana. He will teach the path of nishtha, commitment, sincerity, and peace, shanti parayana. So this is how his identity is revealed. You want to hear more about his identity? Okay, listen to this one. Jadadvaitang brahmopanishadi tadapasya tanubha ja atmantar jami purusha iti shoashansha vibhavaha share sharja purna jaiha bhagavan saswayam ayam na chaitannat krishna jagati paratattam param iha. Jad Advaitang Brahma Upanishadi, whom Upanishad described as Brahma. Upanishad is speaking about Brahma, Brahma Jyoti. Tadapasya Tanubha, that is his. Tanu means body. Bha means very good. Brahma Jyoti is his bodily effulgence. Brahman that is described in Upanishad is his bodily effulgence. Jo Atmantar Jami Purusha, the one who resides as the super soul in the heart. So Ashangsha Vibhavaha is his expansion. Share Sharja Purna Jaiha Bhagavan Saswayam Ayam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is endowed with 6 opulences. Sar Aishwarya. Sar means 6, Aishwarya means opulence. Saraisharja Purna Bhagavan Saswayamayam. He is that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do you get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's identity? Who is he that we are seeing in the altar? Who is he? Brahma Jyoti is his bodily effulgence. His expansion is situated in everyone's heart as the super soul. And he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead endowed with 6 opulences. Na Chaitannat Krishna Jagati Paratattam Param Iha. There is nothing superior to this personality who is Krishna himself in this world. Nothing is superior to him who is Krishna himself. There is nothing superior to Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam also we have a corollary to that verse. Badanti tat tattvavidas tattvam. How many of you know this verse? Very good. Badanti tat tattvavidas tattvam jaj jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdate. Badanti tat tattvavidas tattvam. Those who know the truth, they describe him as brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdate. As Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So, that is the identity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, can anybody have any doubt? Now, if somebody challenges you, will you be able to defeat him? How many of you will be able to defeat him? Very good. So, that's the first class devotee. The third class is who accepts Krishna but doesn't have scriptural knowledge. Second class devotee is his faith is so strong that even if he is defeated, but he won't deviate from Krishna consciousness. But first class devotee is he, when somebody challenges, he rolls up his sleeves and says, come. Let's have a fight based on scriptures. And we will show you. We'll beat you to the pulp. And that is how we have to establish Krishna consciousness. This is the best. This is the highest. And if you want, come, I'll prove it. And I'm ready to get into a challenge, a condition. If you defeat me, I will accept your process. If you can't defeat me, if you are defeated, then you have to accept this process. Let's come and have a fight. That's how it used to be in the early ages in India. A scholar would get into an argument, and then if he is defeated, then he'll have to accept the winners. Do you remember Keshav Kashmiri? Encounter with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was defeated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he surrendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prakashananda Saraswati accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after being defeated. So go and conquer the world. Alright? The whole world is there. Become even greater than Alexander the Great or Napoleon Bonaparte. They didn't succeed. But look at Prabhupada. He is the real conqueror. Like Alexander, he conquered, but then he lost everything. But with Prabhupada, he conquered, and now he is conquering more and more. So this is the benefit of pursuing the right spiritual path. Thank you all very much. So tomorrow is Gaur Purnima. Prepare yourselves very nicely to remember Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Recognize Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's unique identity, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's most exalted teachings, and accept it. Okay, now Bibhu Chaitanya is asking questions even in printed order. Previously, he used to write. I can see that Bibhu Chaitanya is making advancement. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. If Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti is the increasing order of realization, then does Stri Shudra Dijabandhunam Na Shruti Gochara indicate ascending order of disqualification? What do you mean? Does the Sri Shudra Dijabandhunam You want to print it and send it to me? Go ahead. No, I'm saying that do you want to directly ask the question now? Okay, go ahead. No, it's not like that. You can say that. These are different levels of understanding. There are different processes. Jnana and yoga and bhakti. Through jnana, he is real, that supreme is seen as Brahma Jyoti. Through Ashtanga yoga, he is seen as Paramatma. And through bhakti, he is seen as Bhagavan. So, Stri Shudra Dijabandhu, the point here is that although they're apparently not qualified to study the Vedas, but when it comes to devotion, they all have access. Devotional service is open to all. Okay. So, any other question? Good? Okay. Devashri, give the mic. Cordless mic is there.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Kumash. Kumash, we see that a lot of individuals, they associate themselves as being agnostics, where they acknowledge the existence of God, but then they do not conform to any religion. So how must we understand their position?
How do
we understand their position? Because
how do you understand their position?
yes, Kumash.
Unfortunate, less intelligent, extremely proud individuals. Alright? I believe in God, but I want to accept Him. I don't have any religion. Good luck. The thing is that at the time of death, we'll see. Mr. Agnostic, how do you feel now that the Jamdutas are coming? Whose shelter are you going to take now? Okay, good luck in Jamalaya. But whereas a devotee, even if Jamadutas come, Vishnudutas will come immediately. Get out of here. And even if a devotee is taken to Jamaraj, how will he react? Oh, Jamraj, so happy to meet you. Please tell me about Krishna. And Jamraj also will say, oh, finally I got a devotee association. So that is the fortunate position of a devotee. Yes?
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj, sometimes we encounter with some people and we have argument also. One person I met, he was telling that ki Sai is Bhagavan. Sai is Bhagavan.
What's that?
Sai Baba. Or Kabir is Bhagavan, like that. So I told, okay, we have Bhagavatam, we have Bhagavad Gita, you tell where Krishna says like that, where in the scriptures it is written like that. So they quote some other scriptures only ki, matlab, we have our own scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, what he written, like that. So they are not believing the authority of the Vedas.
Which you said they quote other scriptures.
Matlab, they quote some scriptures which is written by after the birth of Sai or Kabir, and which is written by their own followers only, and they tell that this is. They don't quote something previous authorities or previous scriptures. So how to convince them?
Well, as I said, unfortunate, stupid, and arrogant. These are the 3 disqualifications. Okay, once a question like that came to me in South Africa. One person came up with the question. Sai Baba is Bhagavan. I'm sorry to just, anyway, I hope anyone won't sort of mind it. Usually I don't like to denigrate anybody. But anyway, so it was his thing became so challenging. Then I told him, look, the word Bhagavan has a definition. Bhaga asti iti Bhagavan. Now the word Bhaga means 6 opulences. Strength, wealth, beauty, fame, knowledge and renunciation. So let's see whether he fits in that category. Can he say that he has all the opulence? He was silent. Can he claim that he has all the strength? Everyone was silent. He was silent. Can he claim that he has all beauty? The whole auditorium it broke into laughter. That guy had to walk away from there. So this is how, we see things and we show things through scriptures. All right. Mathur Agarwal, Indore. Dear Maharaji, whom to worship, Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Very good. Both. Just like in our temple, you can see there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Nityananda Prabhu, Radha Madan Mohan, Krishna Balaram, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Nrisinghadev. Are you questioning who to worship? We are worshipping all because the same personality. Okay. Any other question? Oh. Another question came from Jayesh Das. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Nam Sankirtan is approved for Kali Yuga to get the Lord. Then why Mahaprabhu said that Vigraha Archan is also important? There are 5 processes that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. One of them is Shraddhai Shri Murtir Shevan. So serving the Lord, because then by serving the Lord in the temple, in the deity form, we get to understand who is this holy name for. We get to see the name that we are chanting, he is the personality. That's why there is a need for worship. But we have to understand the principal consideration is chanting and then worshipping the Lord in the temple. That's why I say, like sometimes devotees say, Guru Maharaj, I don't have enough time to chant. And so my answer is that, and they say that, we're taking care of the deities. I tell them that now that you have the deities, at least worship the deities, but reduce the standard so that you have time to chant the holy name. If it's a choice between worshipping the deity and chanting, chanting is more important in this age. Thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Gaur Premanande, Hari.